So you still don't believe AI is important? Well, I'm going to try one more time to convince you up here in the upper left-hand corner. Then we're going to talk about how you might implement AI today, specifically large language models. And then finally, we're going to talk about maybe some reasons you may be thinking, well, what are we going to use this AI for? Well, I'm convinced we need to do AI. Well, what are you not going to use it for? It's going to touch every single department in your organization. Now, if you're still not convinced that you need to go all in on AI and that it's a critical breakthrough and that you will not survive without being an AI first company, try announcing this morning that you're going to collect up every laptop in the organization and you're going to get rid of it. Yep, doesn't matter the brand, Dell, Lenovo, Apple. Brands don't matter. AI brands don't matter. It doesn't matter what brand of AI you use, but we're going to get rid of these laptops, and how quickly are we going to go into bankruptcy? You think we can survive? How long do you think we can survive without any personal computers inside our company? Let's tell our employees that we want all of their cell phones, that we are forbidding their use of cell phones. You can no longer use a cell phone in our organization. How long before you go bankrupt? Let's go to IT and tell them we're actually thinking about getting rid of databases inside our company. You'll have to pick them up off the floor. They'll say, you're not going to last 24 hours without a database. You're gone. The second we turn off databases in this organization, it's game over for our company. We will go instantly into bankruptcy. AI is the same thing. Doesn't matter the brand. AI is like a database. It's like a cell phone. It's like a laptop. You will not be able to survive without AI. And again, the brand of AI does not matter. It does not matter. You just have to implement AI. Okay, AI is currently just a tool. It has not achieved artificial general intelligence where it's as smart as all the humans put together on Earth, and it obviously has not reached super intelligence level. So today, in 2024, it's just a tool, but it's on its way to taking over the world. Now, when we talk about AI, what we're really talking about technically is neural networks. Yes, there's a lot of AI out there. There's boosted decision trees, support vector machines. You'll hear a lot of buzzwords when it comes to AI. None of it matters. Everything now has become a neural network. And the deep part of the neural network is what we talked about in video 1 with the CAT engine. Remember those video cards? And we said all of a sudden you could put those video cards side by side and kind of wire them together. Well, when you do that at the thousands level, you're able to do not only neural networks, but very deep, complex neural networks. And that's basically what gave us large language models. Now, there are 3 big areas in 2024 that are important to artificial intelligence. These are the big 3 for artificial intelligence. One is obviously the large language models. You can't escape them. They're everywhere. You're on every newspaper, every media report, every YouTube video, you name it, everything is about large language models. The second one is robotics. Now, robotics is bigger than you think, right? You don't hear a whole lot about it. But if you go to YouTube and you search on the 2024 CES show or Consumer Electronics show, all you will see is robot after robot after robot, right? Remember that cat engine in the library? Well, somebody probably today is building a cat, right? You start with the AI at its core, and then you build around it. You build the actual infrastructure of a cat around it, and then you market to elderly people. You don't need to feed this cat. You don't need a litter box. You don't need anything, and yet it'll sit on your lap and purr and watch TV with you. Boom, it's coming. The Tesla robot, Elon Musk plans on these robots making his cars, making his rockets. This is why everybody's freaked out that everybody's going to lose their job, because these humanoid robots are going to start taking over labor tasks, blue-collar tasks. The third area, which is actually, I think, by far and away, nothing comes close, is science. Right, so if large language models, robotics, and science is 100 times more important in artificial intelligence in 2024. Now look no further than DeepMind Genome. So Genome was a project, an artificial intelligence project, and it discovered 421,000 potential new materials. So it thinks that there's another 400,000 materials out there that we have not yet discovered as humans. They think that one of those materials will be a room temperature superconductor. No more cooling data centers. You have no idea how expensive it is to keep those data centers cool. Have you ever felt that laptop when you're sitting on the couch and it's on your lap? If it can go room temperature, you'll never feel that heat again. You'll never need a fan again. Solar cells. They think a breakthrough in solar cells is going to come out of Project Genome. And then longer life batteries in our Tesla cars, in our flashlights, in our off-grid homes. They say that genome has catapulted us 8 centuries. 800 years into the future. It would take humans 800 years to discover those potential new materials, and genome did it with an artificial intelligence model. Protein folding. All of you have heard about DeepMind and protein folding. Biologists, there is no better day on Earth, right? No better time than to be a material scientist or to be a biologist, because these are massive breakthroughs. Weather forecasting, in their off time, they decided that they were going to create a forecasting AI that's as good as a supercomputer. It's as good as the weather service, and yet it runs on your desktop computer. So science is a very, very, very big deal. Okay, now let's talk a little bit about LLMs, because this is where you're going to go first, right? Obviously, I don't think you're going to go into robotics. I don't think you're going to go in science. You're going to implement these transformers and these large language models. Now you got OpenAI, you got Google Bard, but you also have this open source. Now let me talk about this for a second. Meta has come out, Facebook, that's the Facebook organization. They've come out with their own large language model, and they've given it away for free, and it's free for commercial use. They're like, you can use it for whatever you want to do. Dubai, we're going to start seeing countries. China is working on a large language model. I'm stunned the United States is not building a large language model, but Dubai, with so much oil money, just said, who wants me to write a check and create us a large language model called Falcon? So a Google researcher wrote an internal memo or a research paper or something, and it leaked out to the public. And this senior researcher at Google said, there is no moat. There is nothing special about OpenAI or Google Bard. They run on the exact same deep neural network, right? There's nothing special about Anthropic. It's all a commodity. Dubai, Meta, and others are able to come out with their own large language models and give away for free what we are paying for a small fortune for in the commercial markets. Okay. Now, there's 2 ways that you could implement these large language models. The first is off-premises, where you just hand over all your private data to Google or all your private data to OpenAI. Now, I'm going to go a little bit slow here because this is going to be critically important. This is why your company is not diving into AI already, because they're freaked out about giving their data to one of these commercial vendors. Now, here's the situation. A lot of us have Amazon or Azure Cloud, Google Cloud, whatever it is, but I don't think you realize as an organization that if you have an Amazon server and you lose the password to that Amazon server, Amazon will tell you that that data and that server is lost forever. Amazon does not have a password to an Amazon server that has been given to your organization to rent. Right, that's critical. Cloud computing is fine because it is your property, even though it's located at Amazon. Here, what they're asking for is they're asking you to take all your data sitting in those databases and hand it over to OpenAI. Right, all that private data has to go in through the internet. You're going to send all your HIPAA data, hospitalizations, banking data, personal identifiers, you name it. They want every bit of that sent to their commercial LLM. Now, companies are freaking out about this, right? Now, OpenAI is saying, look, we promise we won't use your data. No one believes this. No one believes Google's not going to use your data. Have you met Google? Right? Nobody believes that Sam Altman at OpenAI is not going to use your data. It is not walled off. It's literally attaching to that commercial LLM. Now, how freaked out are companies about using OpenAI? They're so freaked out, they won't let their employees even touch it. They won't let their employees use ChatGPT, just on the internet. Forget their company private data. They don't want their employees going in to OpenAI at all, and they've blocked every one of those sites. Now, this is absurd, right? I live my life completely flummoxed, right? Because this is one of the greatest breakthroughs of our generation, and yet all these companies have blocked it? Come on. There's a very easy way around this. All you have to do is you have to get an API into OpenAI, So yes, you're going to use GPT from the internet, but it's all going to come through your firewall. And you're going to check every little question your employees ask. So an employee asks a question, how do I make chocolate chip cookies? It doesn't go straight to OpenAI or Google Bard. It goes to your company, and you review that chocolate chip cookie question, and then you decide whether to allow it to go to ChatGPT, right? So you can protect everything. If any employee does anything that's not good, you will know it, and you will make sure it's not allowed to go to that OpenAI. Okay, digression over, but again, this is absolutely freaking people out. Now, there's a second reason to be freaked out, and that is from a CFO standpoint, this is a pay-as-you-go. I pay per hour to train, I pay per 1,000 tokens to use it. The CFO is saying, look, I don't like variable budgets. I want to know exactly what we're going to be spending on Google Bard in 2024. I'm sorry, I can't tell you. We have no idea because it's pay as you go. So this is quite the racket. They take all your data. They charge you to take all your data, right? They charge you to use your data, and it's not even a fixed cost. So no way, no way, no way, no way, off the table. I agree with you wholeheartedly. Now let's come down here, all right? Remember, we talked about open source models. Meta with Llama 2, Dubai with Falcon, France just came out with their own version. I mean, there are these open source models everywhere. Again, China's probably working on one, America's probably working on one, you name it. Now the key here is, and let's pick on Llama. Llama 2 is a very, very good model. So let's pick on Llama 2. What we're going to do is we're going to go to the Meta site, the Facebook site, and we're going to say, hey, we would like to have a copy of Llama. And we're going to fill out a form, and we're going to hit enter, and it's going to go, okay, you're ready to download? Where would you like to download? And we're going to download to an Amazon server. Remember, Amazon servers are private to our organization. So instead of taking our data to the commercial model, we're going to bring the model inside our firewall. So we're going to bring Llama 2 into our company, and we're going to combine it with our own company's data. So if we're an Amazon shop, well, let's put Llama 2 at Amazon. You know, if we're an Azure, Microsoft shop, well, okay, let's put Llama 2. But again, we're not using this in a commercial stand. Microsoft will sell this to you commercially, by the way. No, that's not what I'm talking about. I'm talking about your organization making a full copy of the Dubai Falcon model or any open source model, lifting it and moving it into your private Amazon server, and only then combining it with your data. This is big. Now you don't have to worry about employees, you don't have to worry about HIPAA, you don't have to worry about PII, you don't have to worry about banking, you don't have to worry about anything because it's all sitting inside your organization. You just happen to steal a model from the internet and copy it over into your organization. Now you may be wondering, I'm going to digress here for a second, but you may be wondering why Meta is doing this. Why is Mark Zuckerberg giving away a 70 billion Llama 2 model? It's because he wants to shift the focus back to Oculus, right? He's sitting back and he's saying, I read the same paper that everybody else read, that there's no moat. And I'm sick of all this press that Sam Altman's getting. This Sam Altman is taking away from my virtual reality, which is the future of Meta. So Sam Altman says, I'm just going to give this stuff away for free, and I'm going to try to undercut these commercial providers. Now, today it's Llama 2, 70 billion. You just know Mark Zuckerberg is getting ready to issue a 100 billion model or 150 billion parameter model any day now. And again, you just replace Llama 2 with Llama 3, and you are ready to go. All right, so we're already at 13 minutes and 30 seconds. Let's come back and do the reasons section over on the right-hand side.